Hi guys, welcome back to the Primrose channel. I'm Primrose and this is your safe space for healing, self-care and rediscovery. If you feel like you're always the strong one, the reliable one, the one everyone seems to call on when their life is falling apart, but when you need someone, it's quiet, there seems to be no one that you can actually go to for support, then this video is for you. Because being the strong one is exhausting and no one really talks about it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about something that's very deep. Something that if you know you're the therapist of the friend group, if you know you're the emotional friend or relative that everybody seems to go to for support, this video will definitely resonate with you. Sometimes being the strong one often sounds like a compliment. You know when people say, oh, you're the strong one in the group. I don't know how you do it. You make it look so easy, right? It's easy for people to overlook that you, the strong one, also need someone to support you. However, what people don't actually see is sometimes you actually don't feel strong. You feel like you're the one that has to be strong for everybody else. You feel like you have this sense of responsibility that you never agreed to begin with. And sometimes maybe growing up, you had to grow up fast. Sometimes in your household or when you were younger, you learned that expressing your feelings or emotions was a non-negotiable. How many of you watching this video right now had to grow up fast, or you had to be the older sibling that looked after all the younger sibling, or you had to be the daddy of the house at a young age? How many of you right now struggle up until this age with the responsibility of actually saying no to people? Or maybe growing up, people only praised you when you were calm or when you were helpful or when you made their life easier. So now that you're older, you carry everything and you carry it quietly and everyone just sees like, oh, you do it so effortless. But inside, you're struggling. Inside, you're literally screaming like, can somebody help me? Can somebody see me? Because over the years, you were not seen. You were only seen when you were useful to other people. And sometimes the strong ones, they struggle because they never really show that they're struggling. You know, if you're one of those strong people that always show up for everybody, you hardly show yourself to others that you're struggling. And that's not because you're fake, because it's simply because being vulnerable or vulnerability feels unfamiliar and maybe even feels safe, because growing up we're told that you can't be vulnerable. You were told that you can't express if you're unable to carry the load of everybody else. You just did it anyway. So now that you're older, you kind of like just go through life with struggling emotionally, internally, and physically carrying other people's load. Because you're used to being the helper and not the one asking for help. You check on everyone else, you send happy birthday texts to everyone, you give advice, you offer help even when you feel like you're going above and beyond to what you can do. However, when you then get overwhelmed with everything that you're doing, you tell yourself, I'll deal with it. It's not that serious. Other people have bigger problems than my own. So people just assume you're fine. No one goes out of the way to offer you any help. And over time, that turns into loneliness. Over time, kind of like overworking yourself and putting yourself out there for other people to make use of you, it becomes resentment. And here's the truth that no one tells you, right? Being the strong one can actually be a trauma response. Because it's almost like maybe growing up, you learn that when I'm useful, I'm valued. When I'm calm, I'm loved. And like, if I don't need anything, it won't be a burden. So over the years, you learn to shrink yourself in order to feel loved and in order to feel appreciated by other people. In return, you became maintenance, self-sufficient and independent. But independence can become isolation and you deserve support too. And sometimes you become resentful, yeah? Not because you don't love the people that you're helping or the people that you're supporting, but because it feels lonely. You feel lonely because you feel like you're showing up for everyone else. But because you've learned not to ask for help, you almost feel lonely. You almost start to resent the other people that you show up for, the other people that you give advice, the other people that you support, because you look, their lives is going well. And maybe the little advice that you've given them, they've been able to find their way, and then you remain stuck. So you start to resent them. You even start to resent yourself. But here's the truth. It's not the people's fault. If you've never told people before that you need support, they probably don't realize that they're doing anything wrong. And that doesn't mean that your feelings aren't valid. It just means you were trained to survive quietly. One thing I want you to know is you don't have to earn support, right? Support is not something that you earn by overgiving yourself. You don't almost have to break down dramatically, hit rock bottom, or prove that you're struggling enough to get support. You deserve support and care simply because you're human. Not because you're strong, not because you're the fixer, and not because you're like the mom friend. Just simply because you exist. How do you stop carrying everything alone? 1, practice actually saying to people, I'm not okay with this. I'm sorry you would want me to help you with this certain situation, but right now I'm not able to do that for you, or I'm not able to support you. And yes, initially people might feel like, oh, okay, what's wrong with you? You've always done this thing for me, and all of a sudden you're not. And those are called boundaries. I've spoken about boundaries in my previous video. If people feel like they can cross your boundaries, if people feel like they can lower the bar, they will. You almost have to let people know how you want to be treated. So for you to get the support, for you to kind of like do a 360 with people, you have to start speaking up for yourself. You have to actually start saying, actually, I'm not able to help you with that project that you wanted me to help you this weekend because I have to do A, B, and C. And sometimes you don't even have to explain what you have to do. Just saying no, it's a straight answer. Number 2, stop solving everyone's problems immediately. I am guilty of this. If one of my friends comes to me and say, oh my God, Primus, I'm struggling with this and I got this, I got this, I'm usually in my brain already thinking, okay, cool. How do I solve this problem that my friend Lucy has got? Okay. And then already I find myself giving this advice that the person didn't ask for. When someone vents to you, you don't always have to fix it. Hold space for other people and let them make decisions for themselves for that issue. Sometimes people just come into you to vent. And because you're probably piloting from trauma, you automatically think like, I need to fix this. Because again, you've learned to be the fixer. And point number 2, notice who reciprocates the effort. Because healing also means outgrowing certain relationship dynamics, right? You're allowed to be in relationships where support feels like it flows both ways. If you feel like you're the one that's always doing something for other people, but when you need help, they're not there for you, then you need to reevaluate how you show up in that situation. And that might mean like saying no to them. If they say no to you, say no to them. And someone might be watching this and say, oh, but then that makes me unkind. Good, because you have to learn to be selfish. And if you're watching this and you're saying, I'm tired, but I'm strong, but I'm still tired, I want you to hear this clearly. You are allowed to rest. You're allowed to lean. You're allowed to need. You're allowed to also ask for help. And that doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you human. It means that you are in tune with yourself and you're able to identify when you are overwhelmed or when you feel like you're just emotionally exhausted. And I feel like exhaustion doesn't almost have to look physical. Sometimes people will come to you with their problems, with their issues. You will give them help around their housing, around their relationship, around their children, around their finances. And then when they leave, you almost feel emotionally drained. It's okay just to take 5, 10 for yourself and say, actually, I don't need to be the one showing up for everyone else. If you're not there, I need you to hear this right now. If you don't support that friend, that business partner, your relative with that idea or that project that they want to do, I promise you someone else will. I promise you they will find a way without you. So you don't always have to feel like you have to fix everything. Everything is not your responsibility. You are your responsibility. And being strong doesn't mean that you have to suffer silently. So if this video has resonated with you, please comment, I deserve support too. I want to see how many people feel this way, and if you're the strong friend, you deserve the same care, the same love, the same attention that you give to everyone else. If you have enjoyed this video as much as I have, I would like you to like, share, comment, and girl, if you've watched this video to the end and you have not subscribed, why? Subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.